Hi, this is David with entry number 707. I'm here in my room because I failed to record earlier today a proper entry on the street, but I also said yesterday, I believe, that I would try and record in a static position, so I have. This is me recording somewhere where I'm not moving, which I actually prefer. I recorded probably around 250 of these with my DSLR camera, which sits above me, and or not above me, but over here. Um, and I really did actually prefer using the DSLR because one, the quality was better. It had like a more film-like quality because I recorded at 200 or 24 frames per second, whereas this I think is 30, so it feels more like real. But I prefer a more filmic look to the recordings, but also because I stayed indoors and the recordings seemed to be a little bit more substantive. I do apologize for those walking and talking ones. I guess in the winter time it's going to be a little rough because it is very cold and I am on the street a lot of times and I have to look out for traffic and stuff. So it is something that I am aware of and I do feel badly, especially, well, I'll just leave it at that. I'm looking at myself in the lens a little bit, and which I know is annoying, but you can see these lines, and those aren't bags. That's just the way the light's hitting me because it's terrible. This look actually, um, that look of kind of like pouchiness, is actually something that Koreans actually really want. It's kind of weird, because it like makes their eyes look bigger or something. And it's very strange, and I know you probably don't believe me, but it is a very weird kind of cultural thing. Also, if you look at this eye, you see this like kind of like a fold here. You see that? Or kind of like the eyelid folds in on itself. That's also extremely desirable here in Korea, and like a lot of women and men get a surgery to put a fold in their eyelid. This is known as called a double fold, and for me, I actually only have it on one eye, which is that one. This one is not. Well, kind of. If I kind of go like this, you can see it a little more. But I don't know what this is. That's great. But anyway, I wanted to talk briefly today about something, and that is these thing. I have this pupil, and every time we meet on the weekend especially. We meet for a really long time. And today we met for 3 hours, and um, I don't know the last time I've ever had a conversation that flows so nicely with a living human being before. Um, it's I don't think it's happened in the last few years. It's weird. It is a weird thing that I can talk to some of my pupils so easily. And a large part of it is me putting out the effort of actually like conversating. I know that's not a word, but a large part of that is the effort I'm making to have conversation, and kind of the research that goes into good conversation isn't is something that might sound silly, but it is actually important to actually do some kind of like research when you do conversation. Um, I know it sounds silly, but all the best conversationalists do a lot of kind of quote unquote studying for conversation, whether that be reading newspaper or periodicals or reading the internet. A lot of my prep time with my students is actually, or with my pupils, I should say, is me kind of researching our topics to talk about and listening to my podcasts. It's immensely fascinating to me to think about how quickly time passes when I talk to my pupil. Um, Literally, we talked for 3 hours today. And normally, if I sit for a 1.5 hour movie, 1 hour, 20-minute movie, I can't because my butt, uh, like, I don't know what the proper term is, but like, just staying that still for a film, like, makes my kind of like causes not cramp, but like, I don't want to say makes my butt hurt, but that's what it does. Like the muscles, my butt, my gluteus muscles or whatever. And today, we talked for 3 hours, and I didn't have to shift my position. I didn't have to stand up. I didn't have to go to the bathroom. It just was straight on talking. And, I think that's kind of cool. That's pretty cool, actually. I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to describe that feeling of conversation, but I mean, maybe you have conversations that last longer than an hour typically, but for me, it's actually like a pretty cool thing, especially when I'll be frank here, I'm not really talking with a lot of people when I'm out of my pupil time. So maybe that has something to do with it. Probably it does, but it's very fascinating to me to think about time kind of dilating like that. Dilating as in the opposite of constriction, as in like just, and it passes so quickly. Today it felt like half an hour or maybe an hour, and it was 3 hours. What the hell? Anyway, I don't want to ramble. Thanks for watching, and I'll record again tomorrow. I am kind of having some kind of conflict with this a little bit because I am a little, maybe I shouldn't think about it this much, but I am a little frustrated, not frustrated, well, a little frustrated um, by not having more substantive entries. Maybe I just got used to doing every other day too much for a year, but perhaps I'll just keep doing it and see if I really get fed up, I will go back to every other day. But so far so good. I feel so far so good. Thanks for watching. Talk with you soon. Bye.